get on the glass and rebound and do things. His range is sometimes unlimited. He's not afraid to take the big shot. He's not afraid to do a lot of things. And he's also, I think, an underrated defensive player.
This UIC team, they have dropped their last 5. IUPUI split their weekend set in Green Bay. This is the final home regular season weekend for IUPUI. Jaguars are trying to play themselves into a spot where they could get one conference tournament game in this building. Spot up 3 for Diggins does not go for UIC. He's their second leading scorer, the 6'8 senior, 11 points per contest.
I think one of the problems that IUPUI has in this ballgame, Greg, is the length defensively that they're going to see from UIC. I think it's an issue, and especially with a group that's one of the best in the country at defending the three-point shot, and we know it's such an important part of what IUPUI does.
ELYIJAH GOSS gets the dunk to start things off for IUPUI, the Southside Chicago native, and Kirk just put us on SportsCenter as he drops the hammer for UIC's first bucket of the game.
Tavion Kirk with authority. What a fantastic finish. You know, no one steps out to slow him down, and he gathered steam and finished in an impressive way.
Kirk, the leading scorer for UIC, transfer from Colorado State, 13.5 points per game.
That's a lot of rebounds. I'm telling you.
We reference former Jaguar Don Carlisle a lot in terms of ELYIJAH passing him on that chart as Goss commits the first turnover for IUPUI. Don is in danger of losing a spot today on the all-time scoring list for IUPUI. Could be passed by Jalen Manette, and Tavion Kirk passed the entirety of the IUPUI defense on his way to the basket on that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, Marcus Burke trying to come over. I think he made the right decision. Not much he's going to do about this. Right now, though, UIC has found its way offensively.
Kirk with both buckets and then another senseless turnover by IUPUI.
And again, you look at what this UIC team is able to do. They can take you to the rim. They can shoot the three. They put pressure on you, forcing you into turnovers. We've already talked about how well they defend the rim, one of the best in the country at it.
It's an IUPUI team that's averaging 13 turnovers a game. That number is down from what it was earlier in the season. It's an IUPUI team that inserted Nathan McClure into the starting lineup early in January as Diggins gets the dunk. Looks of the bucket have been easy for both teams, frankly, in this game so far.
It's surprisingly, and I think obviously both coaches not at all happy with it.
BURK will pull from 17.
Shot fake still works, Greg. Think about it. If you're out there, show them the ball, get them in the air. Marcus BURK for an easy jumper.
BURK is an all-around scorer. There is this connotation sometimes that when you're a scorer, means you can't shoot it. That does not apply to Marcus.
Not at all. I mean, he has a mid-range jumper, can shoot from three.
Manette tries the same distance of shot. Does not go for Jalen. Jalen, the second leading scorer for IUPUI this year at 16 points a game. He and BURK combining for 36 points a contest. Last year the number was 37. That was good for the third best duo in the country. Foot race for BURK. He'll win it and score.
Again, you create off your defense. Marcus BURK, we talked about, can defend, kind of got a gift, but it's able to finish.
You said it well. He is, in terms of steals, he is second in the league in steals per game as Kirk's runner is wild off the window. That was more of an opportunity handed to Marcus BURK.
Well, yeah, but, again, you've worked hard to get to that point. You're able to take advantage of it.
Both teams' offenses in sync to start today's game, and that'll be a blocking foul against UIC. And we'll see a couple of early substitutions for the Flames as we get to a quick media timeout. A fun and festive start to this weekend set at the Indiana Farm. Michael Diggins on your screen. He's got one of a pair of dunks so far for UIC, but it's IUPUI that has the basketball with a 1-point lead.
Well, they've shot the ball well from the perimeter. which is always good for IUPUI. It's what they do. It's their strength. Multiple guys can do it. I think both teams right now, you're right, both teams are in sync offensively. It kind of means that they're trying to search and find themselves defensively at this particular point.
Rob Howard has checked in for UIC. He's the lone Indiana native on this UIC roster. Played at Michigan City High School. Manette for three, and a familiar refrain for IUPUI fans these last 4 years. His 272nd three in an IUPUI uniform.
Well, a little screen down off the inbound, the inline inbound. Well executed, great screen. Jalen Manette dials it up.
Diggins trying to go to work on Burke with the size mismatch and does so effectively.
He's a tough matchup, there's no question. Able to put it on the deck as efficiently as he does. And Marcus Burke's a good defender, but can't defend that.
The only team that matches UIC's length in the league is Wright State. Wright State, a more physical ball club than this UIC team. McClure, instead of a shot, looks for an assist, and Burke can't deliver it to him.
Right guy, right place. Yep. Didn't go. How about Nathan McClure? Nice delivery.
Not surprising for the young man that had a 3.93 GPA in the fall. Sophomore from Houston, Texas. Three in the corner is good. That's Rob Howard.
Ooh.
Howard, a 35% three-point shooter.
Nobody able to close out at all, Greg, at all.
He missed last year for UIC because of injury. And that had an impact on their season. And they reached the conference tournament final, but didn't have the regular season campaign they were hoping for, did the Flames. Now Goss going to work and can't finish there. 5 in a row now for the Flames, looking for more. Trailer three for Howard. Forgot one important thing, the basketball.
You know what, you think about it, and we've talked about it earlier. You're IUPUI, you're shooting over length at every spot. And it's clearly not an easy thing to do.
It's an IUPUI team that's made an effort to play smaller, and they've had more success with it. We referenced this when McClure was returned to the lineup 4 weeks ago. Jaguars have gone 4-4 since that time. McClure doesn't pass this one up, and good thing he didn't.
Well, he comes in, his career has been one where he is a scorer. He can knock down shots, and what he does for you, Greg, is gives you a guy who can catch it, shoot it, pass it, make decisions. He can defend. He gives you a lot of different things.
One of 8 newcomers on this IUPUI team this year. Mitchell lets fire. That does not go, and Elijah Goss does what he does. He grabs another board for IUPUI. Manette turns down the 3, takes the 2, and gets it to go. Luke Yaklich will call for a 30-second timeout for the Flames.
Good decision. The shot fake is so important when you're a shooter like Jalen.
Rim the second in his second season as the man in charge of IUPUI basketball, 3rd year in the program. Already IUPUI has more league wins this year than they had a year ago. Team picked up just 3 conference victories in an 18-game slate last season. Jaguars will play 16 league games. At least that's what's scheduled this time around. Both these teams having missed 2 conference weekends due to COVID-19 pauses earlier in the season. Diggins, the 3 is good.
Yikes. He is sweet. He is just so fluid. It's so easy.
Given his length, he's always going to get uncontested looks from that distance.
I think so.
Burke in transition, tough shots.
The hard way now. The hard way.
Not a delay of game, just a ball that got away on the inbounds pass. Reason for the whistle. Jaguars 8 of 11 from the floor. UIC 6 of 11. UIC likes this building. They are 4-1 all time in the Indiana Farmers Coliseum.
They seem to. They've shot it awfully well to this point.
Howard shot blocked, but got it back, and he'll finish. Howard off the bench with 5. Yeah, UIC is 3-0 in the 3 previous regular season matchups between they and IUPUI, and then split their matchups last year in the Horizon League tournament. On the slip to Goss, right idea, just couldn't go get it. Third IUPUI turnover.
Needed one more bounce. But you're right. Great thought, great attempt, difficult execution. You needed one more dribble. Get yourself a better angle.
Last year, the Flames knocked off the #1 seed in Wright State in this building in the league semifinals before then losing to Northern Kentucky in the championship game. Kirk up, no, and Burke the rebound, and now IUPUI's got numbers. Good recovery by the Flames. And Manette, he's already scored on one 6A player, why not another?
Well, it's, again, a good decision. He's out on a one-on break. Has nothing. Teammates are catching up.
Diggins got fouled. And free throws coming up for Michael Diggins when we come back from this timeout. 2 free throws on the other side. Jaguars lead by 4. Up and down Horizon League basketball.
And they're also involved in the upcoming NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments. As part of the hosting contingency, having been through that in the league office more than once, it's an enormous amount of work for everybody.
The Horizon League is the official host at Lucas Oil Stadium for the games that take place there. IUPUI is serving as the host for the games that will take place in this building. Diggins goes 1 for 2, and those games will take place here in the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. First and second round games, March 19th through the 22nd. Lucas Oil will serve as the host for some first and second round games as well. And then again for the Final Four, April 3rd and April the 5th. I am so excited that this facility gets a national stage.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Lestrap, first touch of the game, misses from 3, the freshman from Houston, and then Goss picks up a foul, and let's check that for Elijah Goss. That is his first because the previous foul was called against Marcus Burke.
And for me, Greg, I mean, I've mentioned it before and hate to bore you with back in the day, but I used to come to this building when I was a kid and watch the Indiana Pacers play. And, I mean, it's a building with history and tradition, and it's a great facility.
This building served as the home of the Pacers from 67 to 73. 3 in the corner that misses badly, and Howard couldn't hang on to it. Reference the fact that Bakari Lestrap is in the game for IUPUI. So is A.Z. Say. He'll inbound the basketball now to Mike DePersia. Little quick full-court man pickup employed by UIC.
A couple of guys who give Byron Rim quality minutes off the bench. They're capable. They can defend. They can score.
Burke gets downhill and pulls from 15. Good look.
Well, it's good look. It's good action, too. You're basically getting a little weave.
Yep.
Basically ball screen, handoff, taking away any pressure. And when Marcus Burke can square up, I think you might put it in the book.
Burke's got 8 to lead IUPUI. Good find by Kirk to Diggins.
It's just a great individual effort by Kirk. I mean, he comes in, takes his time, gets a step through, makes a great pass.
Well, in addition to being UIC's leading scorer, Kirk is second in the league in assists at just under 6. And Burke connects from three-point range.
Is anyone going to miss in this game? Man, oh, man.
Jaguars are now 11 of 15. They are 4 of 6 from three-point range, and they're enjoying a 6-point lead. It is their largest of the game. And Howard. Mitchell now for 3. That does not go. Good rebound in traffic by Burke. Say. Lestrap. Swatted. Great recovery by Howard.
Absolutely. Howard just sprinted the floor like you're taught. What a great individual effort. Has the presence of mind not to foul. Great block.
This has been fun. These two teams are playing hard.
It's just fantastic.
Say. Not that top.
Good look at it.
Say a capable three-point shooter. 4th leading scorer for the Jaguars at 6 points per game. By the way, the Jags, one of their usual options off the bench, not with the team today, Bobby Harvey. Taking care of some family issues. He's doing just fine. Hope to see him back tomorrow or next weekend for IUPUI. Kirk
under some pressure. Step through, playing through a little bit of contact.
Well, 7 points for Kirk. Reference, he's second in the league in assists, trailing Jalen Moore of Oakland University, who happens to be a native of this area from central Indiana. Played at Cloverdale High School west of Indianapolis. Goss with the jab step and score.
Can knock down that shot. Short corner, he can knock that shot down.
Elijah averaging 9 points, but a league high 10.8 rebounds per game. Howard.
Yeah.
Been that type of day for both teams.
Listen, it's one of those days. Just count it, go down the other end, guard people.
Howard's got 8 off the bench. Howard, Kirk, and Diggins have all the points for UIC. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. Goss, the runner, not that time. Tried to go get it, has to put it right back up because of getting no rim, and that's going to eventually be a shot clock violation because 2 attempts by Goss never got to the rim.
No.
Byron Rim wants a foul, won't get it. It'll be UIC basketball when we return. Both teams are shooting over 50% from the floor, and they're both averaging over a point per possession so far in this game.
The best description from our colleagues in the booth: running up and down and making shots. I love it, and that's exactly what it is.
Maurice Commander with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, if coaches are kind of not on the same page with that, they would like to see a modicum of defense.
The kick out, 3 to tie it up. Not that time, and Lestrap elevates for the rebound.
Well execute, pitch, penetrate, pitch to the corner. Good look.
Manette patiently waiting for a ball screen. Here it comes, 30 feet from the rim. Kind of the first stagnant possession of this game for IUPUI. Still leads to a decent look that Manette can't hit, and the rebound goes to UIC.
Well, it's a good point because you saw that. That's taking him out of rhythm a little bit.
And Kirk going to be fouled by Lestrap, and it's not a bad foul by Bakar, that prevents likely a layup for UIC.
Got the hands, didn't slide his feet. I mean, think about it. You've been in a flow, you've been in a rhythm, you've been running up and down, and now you come down, you get a 4 or 5 bounces before you get something going. It's a little different, and you get a different result.
Starting 5 back on the floor now for IUPUI as Shea and Lestrap exit. We have seen Byron Rim kind of tighten his rotation these last few weeks, and I think a moving screen is going to be whistled against Rob Howard.
Right, good call. Never got set. Coach has done that, and I think, when you get this point in the season, get ready for a tournament, it seems to be natural, so to speak. He's had, I think, the good fortune to have a number of guys who have given him significant minutes and have played well, and he's able to make that type of decision.
Almost a steal by Diggins. Instead, a bucket by Elijah Goss.
First of all, it's a great catch. It was almost a steal. Our vantage point, it looked like it was going to be.
Kirk, left hand and one.
I'm telling you what, that's a heck of a move. A little crossover, able to put it up on the window with his left and finish.
McClure gets whistled for the foul. This is about to be the 3rd free throw attempted in the first 13 and a half minutes of this game.
Greg, everybody's running around making shots. I'm just telling you.
They are playing as if they are renting the facility today.
No one has been denied, so to speak.
BURK, tough move.
Yeah, it's a tough
and
move.
Good finish.
You know what? It's tough because there's so much going on. He gets the screen. He gets the step back, gets some contact against a taller guy. There's a lot going on. There wasn't an easy hoop.
First team All-League in the preseason. So he's a good chance first team All-League at the end of the season as well. For the second-year man, the transfer from Campbell University. Kirk, equally good move at the other end.
Shot fake.
To give you an idea as to the tempo and tenor of this game, we've got 3 players in double figures 14 minutes in. Kirk's got a dozen.
Yeah.
Diggins has 10.
Right.
BURK's got a baker's dozen of 13. Manette,
We're not upset. We think it's good. Just keep playing.
all tipped away. 4th IUPUI turnover. And
Nice
stepping
step
out of bounds before hitting what would have been the go-ahead 3 is Commander.
And Commander just not aware of where he was.
Goss going to get a much-needed breather as you watch BURK's last bucket. Goss had played the first 14 and a half minutes. Dimitri Georgiadis will check in. Young man that began his playing days at the Citadel. Played community college basketball last year. A little more size in the floor for IUPUI. Amazing find. 2 of them by IUPUI, but it results in a turnover.
What a great cut and a great pass.
Because Griffin knocked that ball off the leg of Georgiadis.
Mike DePersia making a great pass and good defensive effort to get it knocked away.
Good look at Luke Yaklich, the first-year head coach at UIC, formerly on the staff for John Beeline at Michigan. Was on Shaka Smart's staff at Texas last year. Griffin could not finish, and then touched last by the Flames.
He definitely has the pedigree. He's worked for some incredibly talented coaches. And he's gotten a breadth of experience, too, when you think about it. He really has.
And he's got a really good staff, not in terms of just coaching, but guys probably still hoop, because he's got 3 guys that have appeared at a national championship game in the last 15 years on his bench. D. Brown and Butler Bulldogs, Willie Beasley, and Kyle Marshall. Manette turns down the 21-footer. He's got to go up quickly here. They have to go. Manette obliges and scores it. Another day in the life for Jalen Manette.
Well, it's just like they draw it up. This is how they planned that play to go.
You and I have an affinity for baseball. A line drive in the box score for Jalen Manette.
He didn't hesitate.
3 for Griffin does not go, and DePersia will track it down. Jaguars now 5 of 8 from 3-point range. And that'll be a foul against Zion Griffin. He's a transfer from Iowa State. Has yet to score today.
Yeah, I just think that when IUPUI is able to get Manette and BURK in rhythm and those kinds of things, and when they're able to take their time and get some separation, they're pretty hard to defend. I mean, they really are.
Now 4 players in double figures in today's game already. The big names have showed up in this early afternoon get-together. DePersia able to release that ball just in time. And BURK a bit off target, a rare miss for BURK. He's now 6 of 8 from the floor. And Kirk,
Yeah, moved his feet.
Traveling called, 5 turnovers each side. 5 points the lead for IUPUI. And the first of 2 in as many days at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. The top 3 scorers, all returnees from last year, all kids that are seniors. But again, because of this unique year, this may or may not be their last year in an IUPUI uniform.
Right. They have. And Coach Rim and his staff and these guys, they have played well, Greg. This stretch they're on. The biggest thing I see about this group is they just go out there and play hard. I mean, they really compete at both ends. And you have really talented guys offensively. The obvious big 3 there for you. But no, it's just a mindset. They're playing hard. They really are. They're competing.
The big 3 have all but 1 basket so far for IUPUI. That's a Nathan McClure 3. BURK with 13, Manette 11, and Goss with 8.
Well, Goss steps out, switches on the screen, kind of takes away the dribble. Stay down.
That's a tough pass to complete.
That's
Turnover.
Good defense now. That's really solid. Great on-ball defense. ELYIJAH Goss left his feet a little bit, able to recover. Well done by the Jags.
Both teams running some pretty basic offensive concepts. That's not to imply a negative connotation. UIC basically realizing, hey, we're going to have a mismatch with somebody. We'll find that guy every time. Down, Goss, the bucket for IUPUI.
A little back cut on the baseline. You're right, Greg. It's an interesting observation because neither team running anything that's really complicated, but UIC is, you're going to take advantage of your talent. You're going to go ahead and work on execution. You're not going to try to trick anybody.
And Rob Howard picks up a somewhat unfortunate second foul going for a loose ball.
Good hustle, just doesn't get it. But again, who's right there to get the rebound? Nate.
Well, for IUPUI, again, Diggins was the tallest player in that area.
Right.
Yet there were 4 IUPUI jerseys surrounding him going for the loose ball.
Right. I think they've competed harder. in this stretch the last couple of months. They've really played hard and played together as a group at both ends.
Defender stumbles. Burke tried to take advantage. There's that hustle by McClure, who saves it to Burke.
And again, who is it? It's Nate. He does all those kinds of things.
And then knocked to the floor. That's a third foul on Howard. And 3 free throws for Jalen Manette.
How often have I told you this during our season? Don't foul the jump shooter, right? That's a hard one.
So Manette will shoot the first 3 free throws of the game for IUPUI. Again, Bob and I go quiet on free throws because the shooters can hear us in the building with nobody here.
Yeah, there's that. I still have the coach voice after all these years.
Manette, a 93% free throw shooter on the season.
There's that, too. You don't want to foul the shooter, especially if he's a 90+% free throw shooter.
Braylon Bridges will check in as UIC goes even taller. He's 6'10", averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds a game.
Well, they have length and quickness, athleticism. They play together. And, again, they're hard to score against, especially when you get inside.
That's the 4th trip that Manette's picked up 3 points today. 3 made threes and makes all 3 free throws. Jaguars now a double-digit lead for the first time as we pass the 2-minute mark. Left to go before halftime. And the Jags own a victory over UIC as an Horizon League foe. That came at the UIC Pavilion a couple of years ago. No on the shot by Kirk. DePersia goes and tracks it down. By the way, Mikey with 6 assists already. Is that 7? Not that time. But McClure, hustling for the rebound, creates an opportunity, and IUPUI will pick up another possession.
Let me go ahead and belabor the point. Nate McClure making things happen at both ends of the floor just by hustling.
League tournament Thursday, February 25th. Seeds 5, 6, 7, and 8 will host seeds 9, 10, 11, and 12.
That's hard to believe.
I know.
I know. I'm still trying to process what you said, and I believe you, and I know it to be right, but yikes.
And McClure picks up a cheapie on a second foul, going for the loose ball. Just the 15 fouls, so no free throws.
That's one where we say, Nate, be smart. You're hustling. Be smarter. Don't give him that one. But he has played well, as he does.
Sawyer Stoltz will check in next, dead ball for IUPUI, and they're going to get Bridges on the hold-off, extending the arm against Elijah Goss.
Little contact in the post, trying to get some separation. Officials thought may have extended the arm.
So Stoltz is going to come in and replace McClure. Sawyer, the sophomore from Huntington North High School, appearing in his 6th game of the season. Again, no Bobby Harvey today for IUPUI. Bobby averaging 5 points a game. Burke the slip to Goss, and right idea, just too much of the fastball.
I think he threw him about a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Hard to handle. You know, not having Bobby Harvey kind of affects a rotation in the sense that he's quick, longer, can match up better with some of the backcourt guys, wing guys for UIC.
Diggins, the step-in 3, not there, and Stoltz has the rebound, find him. "17 seconds, the difference, shot clock and game clock. Manette from 17. Stoltz and Goss fighting for it. It's UIC that comes down with it. Flames can hold for 1. Good trap by IUPUI, and then a foul against Stoltz. Not that big of a deal, just the 6th foul against IUPUI, and I think now definitively the Flames can look for a final shot.
It's been an entertaining half. Are you kidding me? It's just been fun. Nonstop. Both teams have scored some points. Fun.
Well, UIC has now been stuck on 30 for a while. Say will come back in replacing Stoltz. Their last field goal for the Flames came at the 5:54 mark. UIC 46% from the floor, IUPUI 52%. Commander gets open for three, misses that one. Say can have a look here. Say gets it lined up, just shy of half court, and wide left. But all in all, a very good half for IUPUI. Jaguars lead it by a score of 40-30. The big three for the Jaguars have lived up to that moniker. Manette with 4 home win in conference play, 3rd overall. IUPUI played all of one non-league game this year. They beat Tennessee State in their season opener, December the 12th. The other league win for IUPUI against Milwaukee 2 weeks ago here at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Goss going to work down low. Right idea, just couldn't hang on to the basketball.
Got away from him, and
then a travel. Yep, there was contact by DePersia, but Kirk anticipated the contact.
Right.
Shuffled his feet first.
Well, you got away with one because you gave one up. Basically unforced error right there, but both teams really took decent care of the basketball in the first half. They were too busy shooting to turn it over.
Manette able to find Goss just in time. Plenty of time on the shot clock here for IUPUI. Again, Mike DePersia has yet to score. He's got a game-high 6 assists for IUPUI. Burke got bumped, shot won't go, and IUPUI is going to ask, hey, should that count because of contact on the backboard? The answer is going to be no. Burke will shoot 2.
Well, Burke's isolated out on the top. You know, gets the great first step, gets the advantage. UIC player just going to, trying to stop a layup.
Marcus played his high school basketball at Franklin Central on the southeast side of Indianapolis, then spent 2 years at Campbell University. This is his 3rd year in the program, 2nd year as an active player, and what a 2-year run it's been for Marcus Burke.
It's been phenomenal, frankly.
Jaguars have made all 5 free throws they've attempted so far in this game. Kirk goes away from the ball screen, goes right through 2 defenders, and a beautiful reverse layup.
Solid individual move, Greg. Really well executed defensively. No one trying to get out there and slow him down.
This game has been simply get the ball in your best player's hands and let them do that. Manette has 17, his 4th.
I would say that's the beauty of coaching. It's simple, it's uncomplicated. Go to your strengths. It seems to be working right now.
And then hand check foul against DePersia.
Yeah, and it's just one of those hand check fouls that you're looking at going, you called that seriously? But it's a hand check, and it's a giveaway foul.
Mike all smiles when asking Todd Van Sossen about that call.
Mike trying to make a point on you actually called that.
And then Kirk lost it. The ball finds its way to Hale. Great scramble. There's the quick hands of Marcus Burke. 9th UIC turnover. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
One of those days.
Yikes.
16-2 run for IUPUI. Burke with 18.
He didn't hesitate at all on the break.
Diggins and 1.
You just tell me how you're going to stop Diggins. I mean, he can take you inside, score off the rim. There he goes. He goes off the dribble, gathers himself, makes a great shot off the glass.
So Diggins to the free throw line where he is 1 of 2 today, a 72% shooter. And
the big thing is, though, you answer, it's that old football adage, you answer a score with a score. So Marcus Burke pulls the trigger on you for 3, and you come back and you stick a layup on him. That's important stuff.
Well, let's also note that UIC, their last 2 times down, have gotten to the rim, or 2 of their last 3 possessions.
Yeah, they have.
Knowing the 3-point shots have cooled for them.
No, you know what? It's a great point because they're capable offensively of going to the rim and finishing, which they clearly have done.
Goss, not that time.
Everything but, just didn't go, didn't stay.
Good closeout by DePersia. Commander, tough shot, and a foul. DePersia closed him out. Chance for a 4-point play. Maurice Commander is a 39% three-point shooter. Spent time at Chattanooga before making his way to Chicago.
Big-time shot. Big time. And foul, a three-point shooter. Yikes.
39% three-point shooter, 82% free throw shooter.
Yeah, foul a three-point shooter who's an 82% free throw shooter. That's a tough one.
7 quick points in 2 trips for UIC. And that takes the lead from 16 to 9. DePersia the slip.
Great pass.
Goss the finish.
And a great finish by Elijah. What a great pass by Mike DePersia. Turns the corner, gets the great bounce pass. Good catch by Elijah Goss. Even more impressive finish with the bump.
Last 3 buckets by the 3 different members of the Big Three for IUPUI.
Well, that's not an easy pass to complete either. And that's big. Big pass. All right, I'm not mad at you for the foul on the three-point shooter. Now I like you again.
Goss couldn't get that to go. First missed free throw in 6 tries for IUPUI. Goss, a 63% free throw shooter on the season. On the double, Diggins left alone. Not that time, and Goss will play volleyball to himself to go get that. His 7th rebound. Manette, not that time.
Well, he gets some, Kirk comes out and closes him out and kind of gives him some resistance and throws his shot off.
So Diggins has got a mismatch, but Commander lets fire and cashes in regardless.
I don't think he's the guy you want to get started if you're IUPUI. You've got to try to calm him down. You got to close him out, cut down the space in between. Yikes.
BURK for 3.
Wow.
Got it. BURK, 21. IUPUI, 8 of 14 from three-point range.
Both teams 8 of 11 combined to start the half. Greg.
Correct. Griffin.
Oh,
got it.
Come on now. Get a little English.
The good news for UIC is that you're starting to get contributions from other players on the floor.
And you're starting to take things to the rim and get some things happening at the basket.
BURK on the backdoor cut, the step through and score. BURK's got 23.
Gets open off the back screen, away from the ball. Great cut to get open, and then gathers himself and comes back and makes a big basket.
Diggins able to walk the tightrope and avoid turning it over, but then carried the basketball, which leads us to a media timeout. UIC's doing a lot of things well, and they still trail by double digits. Jaguars in front by 11. BURK's got 23. As IUPUI leads it on ESPN+. Jalen Manette, part of the offensive story for IUPUI. He's made 4 threes. He's got 17. Jaguars 8 of 14 from three-point range, and that is extremely noteworthy because UIC entered this game as McClure called for carrying the basketball. 8th in the country. In three-point field goal defense, teams are shooting less than 28% from 3 against UIC this year. You
know what? Some days it goes your way, right? Some days it doesn't. That's impressive. That's an impressive stat. And I think it underscores how well IUPUI has played in this, the first 35 minutes.
Hale misses that one, and that is his first shot of the day, but frankly, that's what he does. That is his 112th shot attempt of the season. All but one have been from behind the arc.
He's a specialist, and coaches recognize that. I think they're okay with it.
Manette has Howard on him because Howard's got 3 fouls. Manette wants to go right at him. And then he's going to be called for carrying the basketball, and suddenly this is the in vogue call of the day.
Jalen Manette a little mystified on the call, and you'll see it here.
Tough.
Both
teams now 11 turnovers. Commander, a couple of made threes here in the second half. Great hands by Manette.
Great hands by Manette.
Because Howard's being guarded by DePersia. Commander on the drive, missed it, but there's Howard. Now he's in double figures with 10.
Howard, again, benefits Commander's ability to get to the rim. Nobody able to get a body on him.
The UIC bench trying to encourage their teammates on the floor. Burke, my goodness, that's a 2. Foot was on the line. A 20-foot pull-up for Burke. He's got 25.
He's had a lot of impressive today, but that one may be the best. You just kind of had this in the sense in the last couple of minutes that UIC starting to put a little more pressure on IUPUI, and you're thinking, hey, that's a big basket to come back and get one like that.
Manette again wants the matchup with Howard guarding him. The leave for Goss and got fouled. But love the way Manette set that up.
Absolutely. Got to finish. That's the thing. But that was fantastic. Had it, you call it, he had it set up, and great delivery.
Big foul, too. Rob Howard picked up his 4th.
That is big. That is big. He is a tough matchup.
So Goss, 0 for 1 from the line so far.
And he gives you a good defender.
And Goss got it to go.
The wraparound, I like it. So you got to make those. I
now,
don't mean to be critical, but you have to make those.
Goss makes both free throws, and the officials, I think, are going to double-check to make sure that foul was on. Obviously, Luke Yaklich is trying to see, hey, shouldn't that foul be on Kirk and not on Howard? For 1 year at IUPUI, the start of his coaching career.
Yeah.
Back when Todd Howard was the head coach of the IUPUI Jaguars. Willie, last 4 years, was it? Here's a good look at Willie. And by the way, it's listed as Will in the bio. When you play college basketball locally,
it's Willie.
It's always going to be Willie here in Indianapolis.
Willie.
He was at North Dakota State the last 4 years. So Howard got fouled by Burke, and he'll shoot 2.
He was that player that every championship team needs.
Yep. The ultimate glue guy was Willie Beasley.
Absolutely no question about it. And the other thing was fun to watch him. He had a great love for the game, played with great joy, you could just tell. And just a fun kid to be around.
Howard, an outstanding free throw shooter. He is over 90% on the season. And young man missed last year with an injury. He'll make this one. They're going to get him out with 4 fouls as Braylon Bridges comes in to replace him.
Yeah, as they need him down the stretch, there's no question. He does too many things for you. You need his presence.
DePersia steps into a 3. For Mike, that's his first shot attempt of the game. He's got 10 assists. That was his first try from the floor.
Yeah, he can shoot it. It's just, he doesn't do it that often.
By the way, the 10 assists are career high for Mike. Bridges scores it, his first bucket.
Well, too deep on the catch. He's able to reposition, get himself toward the hoop, and pretty good pass. Easy finish.
And Bridges averages 10 points a game. Just has not been a big of a factor today. And Burke, my goodness, the footwork is mesmerizing for Marcus Burke.
It really is. And the other thing is, look, again, you had the feeling, the sense in the last 3 or 4 possessions that IUPUI struggling a little bit, UIC playing better. Marcus Burke answers it.
Diggins, a line drive, miss from 3-point range. UIC now 6 of 20 from behind the arc in this game. Burke again.
Look out.
Again. Burke's got 30 with 12 minutes to play.
And he earned that one. That was big time. Oh, my goodness.
His high this year is 32. Tip in is good for Kirk. Give Kirk the bucket.
He earned that one. Great drive to the rim, gets it on the rim, gets the putback.
And at this point, it's give the ball to Marcus Burke every time down for IUPUI.
Well, they've got him matched up now with Howard.
Well, you don't fault it when you score it.
No,
DePersia gets the bucket.
DePersia gets a very big bucket. And so, we're just continuing to run up and down and score.
14-point lead for IUPUI. Athletes compete against each other through a commitment to stewardship and respect by working together. The league can create meaningful and impactful change. Learn more at horizonleague.com/1HL or by searching #1HL. Lead back to 15 for IUPUI. It's been as many as 16. A little zone look here by IUPUI.
Well, coming out of a timeout, why not? You know, you can do it one possession.
3 from the wing, does not go. Bridges comes down with it. McClure just kind of mistimed his jump.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And Commander makes his third 3 since halftime.
Well, the zone got you what you wanted. You got the long rebound. You didn't get it. And credit UIC, especially Bridges, for banging away and staying with it and earning a bucket.
4th different player in double figures for the Flames. And that'll be a foul on a Hale trying to fight for the ball screen from Elijah Goss.
Hale got caught, well-executed move to get open, little high ball screen.
And it's been a very limited free throw game.
Yeah, it has.
That's just the 5th foul on UIC. DePersia goes right down Meridian and lays it up and in.
How about him? I mean, just, taking advantage of it, sees things open up and goes and finishes at the rim.
Young man's got back-to-back buckets for IUPUI, already sitting on a career-high assist with 10. Entered the game second in the Horizon League in assist-to-turnover ratio. Throw it up top for Bridges. Bridges lost it.
Good pass. I mean, really was a good pass.
What a pass by Burke, speaking of good passes.
How about running the floor?
And Elijah Goss finishes.
You love it. You see the big guy run the floor, get rewarded, and finish it at the rim. Very impressive.
47-63 is, pardon me, doing addition live on the air. That's how many those guys for IUPUI have scored the big 3 of their 71 tonight. Burke, Manette, and Goss. Wing 3 for UIC does not go, and McClure able to snag that one.
Well, UIC's now settled. A couple of last couple of times down, settled for shots. IUPUI on the glass.
Manette, that ball, I believe, was off the leg of the UIC player. Yep.
Right idea. Needed maybe another half a step or something to get the ball there.
Really impressed by the stuff that Coach Rim and his staff have drawn up today.
Oh, no question. Listen, the big things, they've been aggressive with the ball. I mean, they've gone right after people. And, they've worked hard, gotten themselves open. See what
also
I mean?
Helps when you make shots.
See what I mean, though? But you work hard to get open, and they're in a rhythm, have been in this rhythm. And it's an impressive – and don't take away the fact that they played well defensively too, Greg. They really have.
Commander, no. And DePersia on the hustle.
Poor
gets
Mike.
Called for the foul.
That's great hustle, and just got called. Nothing he can do.
3rd foul on Mike DePersia. 15 foul of the half against IUPUI. And here comes a timeout taken by UIC. Jaguars enjoying a 19-point lead. Looking for their first home victory in 4 tries against UIC in league play. Manette the dig and pokes it away.
Knocks down threes, defends the ball. But now you just want to try to stay in your rhythm, Greg. Don't take bad shots. Don't turn it over. Find your guys.
Great feed by Manette.
Like that.
And Goss drops the hammer.
Tremendous penetration and tremendous delivery. Again, you just don't turn it over. Don't take bad shots. Good things will happen for you.
Kirk, no, and Goss snares it.
Whew.
Goss's 9th rebound, so a rebound away from a double-double. He's got 18 points in today's game. That is his season high. Persia content to stretch things out a little bit here with a 21-point lead with 8 minutes remaining in the game.
Well, no hurry. Take time on your possessions. Give yourself time where you can get something going to the rim.
McClure, what a rebound. And still fighting for it. Goss again.
Wow. And again, who makes it happen?
IUPUI has 3 players who scored 20 or more in this game.
That's impressive.
The big 3.
Man, oh, man.
Commander at the other end with the layup. He's got a dozen.
He's just played extremely well in the second half. He really has. We've had no answer for him. I mean, he's just shooting 3, going to the rim.
BURK, Manette, and Goss have 70 for IUPUI.
Wow. Say that one more time. Oh, my goodness.
They've got 72 for IUPUI.
Man, oh, man.
Manette with 22. Just one of those days in a good way for the Jaguars. I don't think this is about what UIC has done wrong. This is what IUPUI has done right.
Yeah, and it's been sustained over the course of the game, too. I mean, they started this way. They've maintained it the entire time. And look who gets another steal.
Steal by McClure. By the way, for IUPUI, starting 5 has gone the entire second half. They have not stepped off the floor.
Greg, when you're shooting it like that, you don't get tired. Fatigue is no factor. I was just telling
Burke's got 32, matching his season high. Jaguars lead by 25.
When you're knocking them down like that, fatigue is no factor.
Manette gives the foul. That gives us a chance to go to a break. And I say that when 3 guys have scored 74, they have earned a new nickname. Run BMG. A day and a half for IUPUI.
That's well said.
Kirk to the free throw line and connects.
They got started. They started off well. You know how it is when you're scorers and you get a good start and you feel in rhythm and things are just going. That's how it's been for them.
Kirk left that one short, but rebound by Howard, and Elijah Goss sends that the opposite direction. Goss, for a very brief period of time, led the country in blocks per game this year. Burke's runner does not go. There's the double-double for Goss with the rebound. Burke will rifle this one. Ball movement crisp as it has been all day long for IUPUI. Give DePersia another assist as Burke has 34, a new season high.
Great back cut, great movement. You mentioned it, Greg. Good ball movement, good people movement. Offensively, this is one you cue the tape when you're talking about when you're struggling. This is how it's supposed to look.
Mike DePersia has 14 assists for IUPUI.
Yeah, he does. Well, when your teammates are knocking down shots and you're finding them in the right spots.
Burke has 36.
He's literally scoring at will right now.
His career high is 39 a year ago against Oakland. By the way, Bakari Lestrap in for IUPUI. Manette getting a breather as Commander makes another 3, his 4th since halftime. He's got 15.
He's been impressive. You get him a chance, got his feet set, pulls the trigger in a hurry.
By the way, Griffin Yaklich is in for UIC. Lestrap lost the handle, but was knocked away by Howard. And Griffin is Luke's son that is on the floor, head coach at UIC. Griffin, a 6'6 freshman. AZ Say will check in, and Burke will get a breather. And you're honestly to the point now where you're starting to think about conserving minutes for tomorrow's game.
It's a great point. I mean, you really are. The cool thing, we get a chance to do this again tomorrow. So do both teams. It'd be interesting to see how the dynamics change in a situation like this.
Say takes a shot and misses it. Howard will try again. Result is the same. And Elijah Goss, as if his name was Bolitnikov and he had to stick him on his hands, able to snag that one.
Right. Truly believes that everything coming off the rim is his. I mean, he has to, because look how he relentlessly pursues the ball, comes up with it.
Shot clock at 9, and Byron Rim shows his great hands, which is not good, as McClure had cut the opposite way.
The problem is he didn't get it in the shooting pocket ready to shoot. You need to be ready.
Triple threat position, right?
You got to be ready to pull the trigger. When you catch it, you got to be ready.
30-second timeout taken by IUPUI. We'll keep it right here. Again, 36 for Burke. He may or may not come back. That's why I pointed it out to you.
Thank you.
At Youngstown State for games next Friday and Saturday.
Well, it's interesting. The back-to-backers are interesting. I think even more interesting when you've had a scenario like you have today.
Kirk lays it up and in. He's got 19. Kirk's 19 lead UIC. And I'm sure the UIC coaching staff feels differently, staring at 86 on the scoreboard with 4:15 left to go.
Right.
But again, I think this is a lot more about what IUPUI did well than what UIC did wrong.
Oh, I agree. Good ball movement. They moved without the ball well. And when they had looks, they took advantage of them. You know, right guys, right places.
Shot clock at 5. Lestrap the take. Shot blocked. Howard got a piece of that.
The key now is you really don't want anybody on either team. Please don't get hurt. You know, everybody's good.
That'll be a foul on Nathan McClure. Free throws for Rob Howard when we come back. 23-point lead for IUPUI. BURK with 36 for the Jaguars. Mercy a year ago.
He's had an impressive day. I mean, think about it. You know, we mentioned at the top of the game that UIC defensively, because of their length and how hard they play around the rim, how difficult they are to score against. And Elijah's not only done that, he's also gotten, as he normally does, gotten on the glass well.
Brian Taylor has checked in for the first time for UIC, 6'6" sophomore. UIC is going to start to extend their bench a little bit here. Howard now will check out. So will Tavion Kirk. Dion Ejim, young man from Toronto, has checked in for the first time. And Jacob Wiley is in, a 6'7" senior. Jaguars still have 3 starters on the floor, but of note, both BURK and Manette, who've combined for 58 today, are having a seat. By the way, those two combined for nearly 70 and a win at Oakland last year because they both went over 30 in that game.
You know, Greg, because of the back-to-back and because of the time interval in between games, UIC, you don't have time to worry. You got to get yourself ready, come back and rededicate to as a group playing better defensively and continue to work on what you're doing because you're down to the end. You need to bounce back quickly.
And DePersia will treat this like the sands of the hourglass. He will try to stretch this possession as best he can with a 21-point lead in the basketball. Jonah Carrasco hustling to the scorer's table to check in at the next stoppage for IUPUI. Young man from Wichita, Kansas.
He's in my online class, Greg Regstrom. He's in my online ethics class.
Say pulls for 3. And a timeout taken by IUPUI just to get a sub
there
into the
you go.
game. Just to get Carrasco in and gets Elijah Goss out of the contest. Elijah will finish with 20 and 11 today.
What a day.
Acton Shirley. Sawyer Stoltz.
That's a week's work for guys. Man, oh man.
Jaguars dressed just 11 today. So their bench not going as deep as usual. But they'll go with their triplicate towers lineup of Stoltz, Carrasco, and Shirley at 6'8", 6'9", and 7 foot on the floor. Good job by Say to get a steal.
Yeah, good steal. Just stayed right with it. Good hands, active hands.
And then he gives it back up.
Well, that's okay.
Taylor, too strong. Wiley, the rebound. There's Say again.
Say, look at him now.
And the Jaguars were looking for Acton Shirley.
Well, he hustled down the floor, and you thought he had something, and Jonah Carrasco not able to connect with him.
This is the second time that IUPUI has reached over 80 points this year. They won both those games. The other was the victory at Green Bay, 80-71 last week, as Yaklich gets the bucket. 22-point lead now for IUPUI. Last time the Jaguars scored more was at Green Bay last year when they scored 93 in a victory at the Resch Center. And these two teams will do it again tomorrow. Another noon Eastern time start. Lestrap lost the handle. Say collects. And the rebound collected by Wiley for UIC. And Wiley gets the bucket.
Nice effort. Gets a friendly bounce.
Jaguars will pick up their 5th league win, 2 more than they had a season ago. First time in 4 tries they have beaten UIC in this building. Again, they'll do it again tomorrow. Be sure to join us on ESPN+.
Good win for the Jags. Greg, good win. Good sustained effort on both ends.
Shot clock at 3. Lestrap in time. Never hit the rim. So 3 players with 20 or more points for IUPUI. One of my favorite IUPUI basketball historians who texted me, he'll remain nameless, cited a victory against Drake to open the 2009-2010 season. That day, Robert Glenn had 37. Leroy Nobles had 27. Alex Young had 19. Last time the Jaguars were in a territory like this one. As Yaklich is fouled, he'll shoot 2.
That's impressive stuff. You know, the reach you have, Greg, is just phenomenal.
That wasn't me. That was him. He said, hey, it reminds me of this game in 2009. And through the power of the internet, I could go look up said box score.
It's a beautiful thing.
Free throw for Yaklich wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. Jaguars tomorrow will try to play for their 2nd weekend sweep of the year. They won both games at Northern Kentucky back in mid-January. All that Lestrap has to do is cross the timeline, and that will be it. And this was as fun of a day as IUPUI has had in a long time. Final score from the Indiana Farmers Coliseum today, 89-69. Jaguars get the victory. BURK 36, Manette 22, Goss 20, and Mike DePer